Hey everyone, this is Alex from the channel Star Wars Explained. EckhartsLadder and I decided to switch channels for the day because I wanted him to talk about the new Legends Marvel comic that came out recently, and he knows way more about those stories than I do. So while he's over on my channel, I'm going to talk to you about the feud between the Wookiee and Trandoshan species in Star Wars. Trandosha and Kashyyyk, the homeworlds of both species, were located very close to each other in the galaxy, both within the Kashyyyk system. We don't have much history to go on in canon, but we have definitely seen Trandoshans abduct and hunt Wookiees on their moon Waska. A Trandoshan trophy room was also seen in the Clone Wars with a grim collection of Wookiee skins on display. The Dr. Aphra comic has also shown Trandoshans to be involved in the Wookiee slave trade. So basically we just have a history of the reptilian people being terrible to Wookiees, hunting them for sport or enslaving them for financial gain. Trandoshans and their acts of cruelty were driven by religious beliefs to honor a very aggressive deity called the Scorekeeper, and hunting worthy prey was one of the chief ways to do so. Kashyyyk's close proximity to Trandosha made the Wookiee people some of the first outside species they ever came into contact with, and therefore the first to be hunted. The first scouts that arrived on Kashyyyk were driven off, and the ships they left behind gave the Wookiees a jump start to reach space travel themselves. These facts are all carryovers from Star Wars Legends, where we can learn a little more about their history. The Trandoshans resented the Wookiees thanks to their position in the galaxy. First, their system and homeworld was represented in the Galactic Senate by a Wookiee. When the Separatist Crisis began, the Trandoshans began talks with the Confederacy of Independent Systems to gain a voice of their own. They took part in continued attacks on Kashyyyk, including those seen in Revenge of the Sith. Trandoshans backed the Empire during its rise, and they took it upon themselves to hunt down any Wookiees that escaped Imperial occupation, and they went so far as to recommend their longtime enemies for work on superweapons like the Death Star. Even though all that information was established in Legends, I think it could very well still be true in canon. We've never heard of Trandoshan representation in the Senate, but we have seen Wookiee senators, and they would represent the entire Kashyyyk system. We've also seen Trandoshans backing the Empire in the LEGO Star Wars Freemaker Adventures, which isn't fully canon, but I would say it's canon adjacent. I think the concept of Trandoshan taskmasters on Kashyyyk is likely true at least. But as for the reasoning behind the feud, it does mostly come down to Trandoshan culture being centered around hunting Wookiees for honor and then resenting them for their status in the galaxy. Because, Wookiees didn't go around hunting and enslaving other species. Maybe it's time to learn from your past, Trandosha. But that's it from me. If you missed EckhartsLadder today, go check him out on my channel where he's explaining what's going on in the first edition to Star Wars Legends in 5 years. He knows way more about the old Marvel comics than I do, so I had to have him on. And of course, I need to thank him for giving me the chance to explain something to you guys today. I hope you all have a great one, and may the Force be with you.